What it do, Lakers crew? Welcome back to Lakers Over Everything. LOE fam, stand up. Salute to all of you. You see it there on the screen. Thank you, LOE. All off season long, I just want to show some appreciation to all of you, all my family members. If you've been here, you're not new to it, but you've been true to it. You've been here from the start. Salute to you. If you're new, if you just joined in during this video, just now, you right there who just hit that subscribe button. Salute to you as well. Welcome to the family. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It's Lakers over everything, baby. Yes. As I was just saying, I just want to appreciate all of the LOE fam, and I'll be doing so all off season long. I know it's been a very rough and tough season for us. Man. We're down, but we are not out. We are the Lakers, baby, and we will be back. And it's not no rebuilding. We're going to be back next year, all right? All right. Championship banner number 18 downloading, baby. I believe that. But once again, I just want to show love and appreciation to all my LOE fam. Something we love to do here at Lakers Over Everything. We like to give stuff away. We like to give things away. We gave some things away last season, and it don't stop in the off season. We're not in the playoffs, we're down right now, but here on LOE, we still gonna have a good time. We still gonna have fun. We're still gonna do some giveaways. We're still gonna do some of those things. All right, so we're gonna do it all off season long. So a matter of fact, let's give away something right now. I'm feeling like giving something away really fast. Again, if my voice is sounding bad, I apologize, guys. I'm a little under the weather. My nose is stopped up. My throat is hurting, but I've been on hiatus. But today, this is my third video that I'm making right now. So if you didn't go check out those other two, go check out those other two. We made a video earlier. We dropped a video earlier about how LeBron James ain't going nowhere. Stephen A. Smith, man, chill out with all that. And everybody else, chill out with all that. LeBron ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And it definitely won't be via trade, all right? After, maybe next summer, the summer after, he wants to leave, okay, but he ain't going to. So go check that video out. After this one, go check it out. And then I also made another video about the Lakers have sought permission to interview Raptors assistant coach Adrian Griffin. Yes, you heard me correctly. The Lakers have sought permission to interview Toronto Raptors assistant head coach Adrian Griffin. He's been a part of Nick Nurse's staff since 2018, which means he was a part of that 2019 championship team. So this is a championship coach, a coach with some championship experience, albeit he doesn't have any head coaching experience, but he does have some championship experience. So go check those two videos out. And we're talking all things Lakers head coach. So like I said, I want to do a giveaway. So I'm going to tell you how you can be a part of that giveaway at some point throughout this video, probably towards the end. So I'm not going to tell you when. So you got to watch the whole video. All right. We ain't going to be too long. I just wanted to get on here and talk about the Lakers head coaching candidates and give you my opinion on who I would love to see the Lakers pull the trigger on, who I would love to see become the Lakers' new head coach. All right. Let me start it off by first saying it's embarrassing to me that we're here. 2 years ago, we won a championship. Fast forward 2 years from that, and we're looking for a new head coach. That's just embarrassing to me. Absolutely embarrassing, especially you go back to before Vogel got here. All that coaching carousel, it was embarrassing. We were having a new coach every other year, Kobe's final years, and then after that. It was embarrassing. Even when LeBron got here, Luke Walton was the head coach, and then we fired Luke, and then, we passed up we missed out on y'all help me. I didn't forgot the man's name. A great coach, the Phoenix Suns head coach. Help me, Monty. I'm sorry, guys. I got so much going on in my head. I can't even remember the man's name. So we missed out. We missed out on him. And then we missed out on Tyronn Lue. And it was just embarrassing, the entire process of why we were missing out on these guys. It was absolutely embarrassing. We wanted to pick these coaches' staff. We wanted to pick their assistant staff. We didn't want to give them, 3 years or 4 years, and we wanted to control things. Just absolutely embarrassing, bro, by our front office, man. And I talked about this in the LeBron video. The front office, you guys have been absolutely embarrassing. Starting with Jeannie Buss, and I'm gonna make an entirely separate video about this, but starting with Jeannie Buss and down the line, this stuff is embarrassing. The stuff that's being leaked out, the stuff that's coming out, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that you want to pick a head coach's staff. It's embarrassing that you don't want to give a championship coach like Tyronn Lue, 3 years or 4 years or whatever. That stuff is unacceptable, man. Stop all this mom and pop stuff, bro. We are not a mom and pop organization. We are the freaking Los Angeles Lakers. We got 17 banners hanging. We're not an expansion team. We're not some new team. We're not new to this. We're supposed to be true to this. Well, Jeannie Buss, you ain't been true to it, sis. You ain't been true to it. You need to put on your big girl panties. Get all these people out your ear. Get one person in there or make decisions yourself. You got Dr. Buss's blood running through your veins, all right? Act like it, because you ain't acting like it, man. You ain't acting like it. You ain't acting like it. I'm going to support you. I'm going to give you all the kudos, all the praise when it's deserved. But when you're failing, and sis, you're failing. You are failing as the Lakers governor. You are failing as the Lakers owner. These last 2 years have been atrocious. And that's not all your fault, but, you are the governor. And you had to sign off on blowing up this team. You had to sign off on, blowing up the 2020 championship team instead of running it back. And I support it because I understand you wanted to get younger, Dennis Schroeder and Trez and this and that. I support some things, but it didn't work. So, you know what? You're going to be called out for it. You had to sign off on bringing in Russell Westbrook. All right. You had to sign off on that. All right. Put some of the blame on LeBron, put some on AD. I understand that. But at the end of the day, who signs their checks? At the end of the day, who's the end-all be-all of this squad? It's you, Jeannie Buss. It's you, Jeannie Buss, and all those people you have surrounding you and advising you and this and that and all that, And it's been nothing but confusion. You had Magic there. He got ran off, and you had all these other people. Rob, does Rob have any power? You chose Rob, So what's really going on? You got the Ramby in there. Now Phil is back. Phil is advising you. So what's really going on? Tim Harris, is Tim Harris really the end all be all? Lakers president, the business president, whatever. Is it the Ramby? What's really going on? We're the Lakers. There should not be all of this confusion. Period, point blank. In Miami, it's Pat Riley, the end all be all. All right. For years, it was Jerry West, the end all be all. And of course, he answers to Dr. Buss. We should not. This stuff should not be in limbo. It should not be in question. I can understand a team, falling short. I can understand injuries happening. I can understand, a team struggling. But all this stuff in the front office, man, we went through all this. We went through, and I'll be damned if we go through it again. All right? So we got to get this stuff under control. We got to get under control. And I'm not done talking about this. I'm not done ranting about it. I'm going to do an entirely separate video about it because it's ridiculous. All right? But let me get back on track here. We're talking Lakers head coaching search. As I mentioned, the news broke. Phil Jackson is advising, and I knew this was coming, some months back. I was there at Staples when it happened. I was there that night, and they put Phil Jackson on the screen. He was there. He was sitting up in the suite, and Phil Jackson just wasn't out in L.A., and he decided, let me go check out the Lakers. No. Phil was there for a reason, and immediately after that game, the news broke that Phil was actually advising Jeanie Buss and advising the Lakers on some moves. All right, that happened, and now here we are. And I made a video about it here on the channel. What could he be doing? What moves is he advising us on? Is he gonna coach? Is he gonna help find a new coach? Is he gonna be in the front office? Is he gonna replace Rob? Is Rob gonna answer to him? What is it? And it's been rumored that, by very credible sources, that he is actually advising Jeanie on who to hire for the Lakers head coaching position. Now, it's funny, you rewind the clock back to 2019, before the Lakers hired Frank Vogel, Phil Jackson was kind of doing the same thing. He was advising Jeanie on who to hire then, and he actually advised Jeanie to hire Tyronn Lue. He actually signed off on Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue played for Phil Jackson, that triangle system, that triangle offense. He was one of his point guards. Now, he wasn't the point guard, during his time with the Lakers. That was more so Derek Fisher. But, Derek Fisher, when Phil was in New York, who did Phil hire as his first head coach? Derek Fisher. So he has a huge respect for those point guards who ran his triangle offense, especially those who won doing so. He had a lot of respect for Ron Harper as well. Where is Ron Harper, by the way? Is he coaching anywhere? That's a name. Someone should be looking. Is he on someone's coaching staff? Sound off down below. I don't know if he is or not. Ron Harper, that's another name. But so Derek Fisher now, the same thing with Tyronn Lue. So he signed off. Phil Jackson signed off on Tyronn Lue, and then they blew it. They fumbled the bag. They wanted to pick Tyronn Lue's staff. They wanted to they didn't want to give him that extra year that he wanted. Just a bunch of BS. So now fast forward again, Phil Jackson's back. He's consulting Jeanie, advising Jeanie on who to hire. So let's see if this time they actually listen to him and they hire who he recommends. So many names there. We got the big names. Nick Nurse. That's probably the biggest name, right, coming out of this. Toronto Raptors coach Nick Nurse. I would love to have Nick Nurse, but the reason why I don't believe that that's possible, one, Nick Nurse is happy there in Toronto. He was asked about it recently. Now that they're out of the playoffs, he was asked about these rumors, and he said he don't know where these rumors come from. He said there's no truth to the rumors. No one's talked to him about the job or whatever else. So I can't see Nick Nurse leaving Toronto. He got a nice new contract, and he has a really great situation there. But again, it is LA, and again, he is tied to Clutch Sports. He's a Clutch Sports client. So never say never. The biggest hurdle that I see with Nick Nurse coming to LA is, again, he just signed a new contract. So that means in order to land Nick Nurse, the Lakers, it will be via trade. We can't sign him. It'll be via trade, because he's under contract. And we don't have the assets to give up for Nick Nurse. It's going to take a first-round pick at least, maybe even a couple. And we have that. We have a 2027 first-round pick. We have a 2029 first-round pick. But we also have a Russell Westbrook situation going on. And we got to hold on to those picks because it may cost us that, one of those, maybe even both, to move off of Russell Westbrook. And I'm sorry. I would love to have a coach like Nick Nurse. But what would I love even more is moving off of Russell Westbrook. There's no way in hell, no chance in hell that I want Russell Westbrook back here. I'm going to make another video about that. I'm just ranting all day. So, yeah, I'm going to make another video about that. But no way is Russell Westbrook welcome back here to LA. I don't want that man back here at all. So, yeah, we can't afford to give up picks to trade for a coach. When we may have to give up picks to trade for Russell Westbrook, in my opinion, at least. So yeah, and I believe it'll cost at least one first-round pick to land Nick Nurse because he's under contract. All right, so those are my feelings about Nick Nurse. I would love to have him, if it was a way But I just don't see it happening without giving up the assets. In fact, there's no possible way of it happening without giving up assets. Other than our first round picks, there's not too many other assets we have. We don't have any really. What, you gonna give up AD? Give him AD? AD and Nick Nurse. AD for Nick Nurse. But so yeah, that's my 2 cents on Nick Nurse. Quinn Snyder, the Utah Jazz head coach. Me personally, I don't want Quinn Snyder. I know he has ties to the Lakers organization. He was here back in the day when Mike Brown was the coach. I don't want Quinn Snyder. He can't do it in Utah. He's had the stability there. He's had the stars. He's had the defense there. I just don't see what different. I don't see what he's going to be able to do here. With the Lakers. And I understand it's LeBron James, it's AD. I'm just not sold on Quinn Snyder. So I don't want Quinn Snyder. And I don't know what his feelings are about coming. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not in on Quinn Snyder. I know a lot of people are. I would love to hear what you guys think about Quinn Snyder, how you guys feel about Quinn Snyder. But me personally, I don't want Quinn Snyder. That's just me. So let's keep it rolling. Who else is on the list? Let's talk about some of these younger guys. Now, Darvin Ham in particular. All right. So again, before I talk about Darvin Ham, the Lakers did again request permission to speak to Raptors assistant Adrian Griffin. We made a video about that. I spoke about that a little earlier. He's been on Nick. We just spoke about Nick Nurse. He's actually been on Nick Nurse's staff since the 2018 season, so he's been there for a while. In 2019, he was a part of that championship staff. Of course, Toronto won with Kawhi there. They won that lone year. They delivered the first championship to Toronto, and and he was a part of that staff. So, some championship experience. So, but again, he'll be a first-time head coach. So let's talk about that. Now a lot of people would assume that the Lakers would go after an experienced coach, not a first-time head coach, someone with experience. When you got LeBron James there, you got AD there, so you got vets like those two there, in particular LeBron. You would go hire a coach with some solid experience. But I'm more so on this other side. I'm leaning more towards this other side, is hiring someone with, someone new, someone with some a potential first-year guy. We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen this year. Tons of success. I'm going to give you 4 names, and this proves my point. Tons of success this year. Taylor Jenkins there in Memphis. We see what Memphis is doing. Memphis is tied up 1-1 right now with Golden State. Memphis finished second in the Western Conference, only behind the Phoenix Suns. So Memphis had themselves a heck of a year. Last year they didn't even make the playoffs. They lost in the play-in tournament. Remember, they lost they lost to Golden State. This year they finished number 2, and now they're playing the Warriors really, really tough, man. And who knows how that series will end up. I believe Golden State will pull it out, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Memphis did. So you got Taylor Jenkins there, first-year coach in Memphis. Look at his success. Let's go to Boston. You got Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka, first-year coach in Boston. Look at his success. Again, we talked about Memphis finishing number 2 in the Western Conference. How about Boston finishing number 2 in the Eastern Conference this year, only behind Miami? And I hate to say it, but if Boston beats Milwaukee, then I got Boston coming out of the East. And that, man, my stomach just cramped with me saying that. Boston coming out of the East, that's the last thing I want. But I like their squad, they look nice. They play team ball, and they're coached really, really well. And again, that's the first-year head coach in Ime Udoka. So that's another name there. You go to Minnesota. Minnesota, who Memphis defeated. Memphis put them out in the first round, but Minnesota played very, very well. Chris Finch, he's another first-time head coach. And he had success this year, with a young squad. Had success. And then you go to New Orleans. Willie Green. I was very, very impressed by New Orleans. Very, very, very impressed by New Orleans. And Willie Green, and he didn't even coach that team all year long. He took over. He took over. Sorry, guys, I'm doing bad with these names. My apologies. But, the coach from New Orleans, the old school coach, been around forever. What's his name? You guys know who I'm talking about. He was the coach there in New Orleans. Then he was moved and went to Sacramento and all that. So Willie Green, first-year coach there in New Orleans. I'm sorry, I may have got him mixed up with Sacramento. But Willie Green, first-year coach in New Orleans. And look at their success. They put us out of the play-in. They kept us out of the playoffs. They eliminated us, down the stretch. And then they beat the Clippers. They got in there and they played the Phoenix Suns. They played the Phoenix Suns very, very tough. So those are some names, some first-year head coaches. So let me dive right into it. My pick, who I would love, another first-year head coach, Milwaukee assistant. He's an assistant under Mike Budenholzer. Darvin Ham. That's the guy I want to see get the job. Darvin Ham. Lakers, go ahead and go young and hire a first-year head coach. Hire Darvin Ham. That's who I want. I don't want Snyder. Nick Nurse, I would love to have him, but I don't see that being a possibility. Hire Darvin Ham. That's my pick. Hire Darvin Ham. And really fast, LeBron and Clutch, they approve of Darvin Ham. Going back 2 years ago, before we got hired Vogel, apparently LeBron and Clutch, they gave the okay for Darvin Ham back then. They approved of Darvin Ham back then. So I think they will do the same now. Darvin Ham does have some ties with the Lakers. The Lakers seem like, they're running this mom and pop stuff. They got to have someone with Laker ties. They can't go out and hire anyone new. And Darvin Ham does have ties, with the Los Angeles Lakers. So, he checks that box, all right? And he's young. He's well respected, and a lot of people feel like he's up next. It's his time. He's next. You got this list of assistant coaches of, guys up next. And he's at the top of a lot of guys' list. All right. And the Lakers are not the only team interested in him. We all know that the Charlotte Hornets, they're looking for a coach. And the Charlotte Hornets want to interview Darvin Ham as well. In fact, they will. So he'll probably get interviews, or not probably, he will have interviews with both us and Charlotte. All right. And Charlotte, they will pull the plug on him. He's a young guy. You pair him with LaMelo Ball and all that, So don't drop the ball, Lakers. Don't be hesitant. Go in with some sense of urgency and get Darvin Ham. And I would love to put Rajon Rondo on Darvin Ham's staff. Now, this is another thing. The Lakers want to choose the assistants. With Darvin Ham, you'll be able to do so. Him being a first-time head coach, you'll actually be able to pick his assistants. He'll be okay with that. So, Phil Handy is still there on the staff. David Fizdale is still there on the staff. They weren't fired. When Frank Vogel was fired, they were not fired. So they're still there on the staff. So you can actually keep them on the staff. And I would love to add Rajon Rondo to that staff. I believe Rajon Rondo is going to be a future, he's the future, when it comes to head coaching in the NBA. And I would love to have him on our squad. I would love for him to be the head coach someday. But he has no coaching experience at all. Of course, he was a player coach and did a lot of coaching for us in 2020 when we won the chip. Did a lot of coaching for us this year when he was there, and for everyone else, every other place he's been, way back in Boston. So that's a name that you talk about. Phil Jackson, intrigued by point guards. I'm sure he has a lot of respect for Rajon Rondo. And Kobe, the late great Kobe Bryant, of course, rest in peace, Mamba. Of course, he had a lot of respect for Rondo. The two battled for championships, right? And off the court, they were friends, and they had a lot of respect for one another. So he has a lot of respect. But LeBron and AD, they both have a lot of respect for Rajon Rondo. Like a lot of respect. They literally won championships they won a championship with they won a championship with Rajon Rondo in 2020, right? And then soon as we had the opportunity to get him back, bring him back here this year, they did it. They both wanted him, and they brought him back. And of course, he left. Was traded to Cleveland or whatever. But even before the Lakers, Rondo and AD, they played together in New Orleans, and that's the year New Orleans actually they swept Portland. That was one of their better runs. They swept Portland, and then they ended up losing to Golden State, who won the championship that year. And a lot of that was because Rondo unleashed an entirely different beast, in AD. He helped AD's game go to the next level, and he also did so here in LA in 2020 that year. And I would love to have him on that bench because I think he'll do the same, as a coach. I think he'll really help AD, and AD will listen to him, and LeBron will listen to Rondo. And Rondo's not afraid to open his mouth and be blunt and tell the truth. Even if you are LeBron James, Rondo's been around greatness his entire career. He's played with greatness his entire career, so I think he'll challenge LeBron. He'll challenge AD on that coaching staff, just like he did in 2020, and get the absolute best from them. So I would love to have him on Darvin Ham's staff, and someday maybe he becomes the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, so that's my pick, Darvin Ham, and give me Rondo on that staff. That's what I would love to see. I would love to hear who you guys want to hear as who you guys want to see as a new head coach. Again, to me, it's absolutely embarrassing that we're here. We're looking for a new coach. 2 years removed from a championship. I think Vogel got the bad end of that stick. He was blamed, and a lot of that was on Russell Westbrook. But it is what it is, man. We're moving on. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk. We're going to move forward, press forward, and I want to press forward with Darvin Ham and Rajon Rondo also on that staff, all right? But again, sound off down below in the comment section. I want to hear who you guys feel should be the Lakers' next head coach. Drop a like on this video. If you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button and join the family, baby. Join the family and turn on that notification bell as well, so every time we drop a new video, you get the notification. You'll be the first to know, and you can come check us out, including when we go live. All right, I said I was going to give a giveaway. I said I was going to do a giveaway. So here it is. You got to DM me on Instagram, all right? You got to DM me on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, then hit me up on Twitter. Private message me on Twitter. And if you just don't do the social media thing altogether, I know you do email, so email me, all right? So those are the 3 ways that you can get in on this giveaway. DM me on IG, private message me on Twitter, or email me. If you're old school, email me. I want to know. Let's see what we're going to do. First, what we're going to give away. We're going to give away a jersey of your choice. A Lakers jersey of your choice. It could be a current Laker. It could be an old school Laker. You could go all the way back to Showtime, Kareem. You want a Cap jersey? I got you. You want a Magic jersey? I got you. You want a Mamba jersey? I got you. You want a Shaq Diesel jersey? I got you. Whoever. You want a current Laker regime jersey? LeBron or AD, whatever, Melo, whatever floats your boat, I got you. A brand new jersey from the official NBA team store, whatever color you want. I even let you pick the color, purple, gold, white. So I'm letting you choose the jersey, who you want, the player that you want. I'm letting you choose the color, all right? All you got to do is be the first to DM me on IG or message me on Twitter or, email me, whatever floats your boat. Be the first to email me who you want the Lakers to hire. Now, you gotta hit me up. I'm not just talking about in the comment section. You gotta hit me up. Who do you want the Lakers to hire as a new head coach and why? That's it. It's easy today. It's easy. I'm feeling generous. I want to give away something. It's been a tough season. So, this is my way of cheering myself up, cheering you up, whatever the case may be. All right. DM me on IG. Hit me up on Twitter or email me. All the information to all three of those will be down in the description box down below this video. So go down there, get the details, and hit me up and just let me know. Be the first to let me know, or maybe I'll do a few. I'm going to choose the best responses. Just DM me, hit me up, let me know who you would like the Lakers to hire as their next head coach and why, all right? So the best answers, I'm going to choose the best answers, and I'm going to send you a jersey, all right? Compliments of me. You ain't got to pay nothing. You ain't got to super chat nothing. You don't got to do none of that stuff. All you got to do is just hit me up and let me know. And you got a jersey coming your way, all right? Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It is and it will forever be. That's right, baby. Lakers over everything. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.